welcome back. This is the Overnight Coffee channel where I am teaching how to use some of my printable miniatures that you can find in my late night coffee store on Etsy. Today we are going to be showing you how to make these vegetable, let me see if I can get this real quick, these vegetable seed boxes with a little seed crate that you can put them in and display them in. So they're perfect for miniature general stores or miniature greenhouses, or maybe you have a little potting table in your dollhouse. But either way, they're fun to create, easy to create, and you don't need a lot of materials, just the printable for the seed boxes and the printable for the crate, which both of those have instructions written out for you. But this shows you how I'm going to show you how to make at least one of the boxes and the crate today. There are 17 different vegetable boxes, and they're really cute. And like I said, really easy to make. So let's get started. First, I am going to cut out one of these seed boxes. I'll just cut out the radish here because it's right on the end. Super easy to do. And put those to the side. And now I'm going to take this tape. That's my little guide so I don't get off camera. I simply cut it out, and it's a rectangle, so that's easy. And on the end pieces right here, there are two little squares that you cut off right here because it forms the tab to make the little flap that you attach to form the box. Okay, so that's cut out. I have that cut out, and now there are lines going up and down and back and forth, and we are going to crease these lines. And before I go any further, I need to just let you know what I use. Forgot. I use scissors. I use glue, which this is just regular craft glue that I've slightly watered down. I like these little nozzles because they're small and they go right to where I need them to be. I'll get that later. And I use, and this is optional, a creasing tool that helps me crease and make the creases really sharp so that I can fold it. But that's basically all you need besides the printables. So I'm going to take this and I am going to fold it on the crease. And I just want to make sure I go back and forth because it breaks the fibers in the box on the paper. And it makes a better crease if you go back and forth. I'll go back later and with my tool in a second here, but right now I'm just going to crease all of those. Now this is a smaller box, you know, and your fingers are a little larger, so it might take a little bit of time, but once you've done a couple, you'll know how to do it. And then you want to also crease this little flap here, same thing. Anything that's got a line, just crease it down back and forth. And then even in the center right here, there's some lines. Those are the other side of the box. You want to get that. It might be a little tricky at first, but once you do one, you get the hang of it. And these are little seed boxes, so you know what's great about those? They don't have to look perfect. They can look like they've been used and gone out to the garden to plant some things, so they can look, you know, they don't have to look perfect. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to just take my tool here just to make some really sharp creases. Takes just a moment. Creases and creases. Great. Now that's the little box. Now I take my scissors and I'm going to have this longwise towards me, and I'm just going to make little tiny cuts on these tabs. Again, all of these directions are explained on the printable itself, but just in case you need a visual. And then a little one here and a little one here. Okay, then we face it towards you. That's the easiest way. Make sure I got all of the little tabs. I do. And I like to glue. So the one that is facing towards you, I put a little glue right on here, just a little. You get too much, it gets smeary. Hopefully my glue's, there we go. A little cold this morning. All right, and then I just take that other flap and put it over that and just hold it for a second. I'm just holding it just to make sure that the glue adheres. Okay, and once you kind of feel like it did, then it's super easy. You put the small flaps down. I like to put the back flap, see, I didn't wait because I'm getting impatient, so that one's coming up. I like to put the flap that's in the back down first. That way when it folds over, I have that flap. All right, so I've got a little bit of a edge I need to clip here. I see a little bit of white showing. No big. That's the beauty of this. You can do what you need to do as you go along. There we go. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue there. I fold that over to there. Make a nice little corner. And again, if you need to, sometimes I just put it there and straighten that out. I might need to clip a little bit. And if you see some white later on, you can always take a little bit of a pencil and go along the edge there. It's supposed to look old. And then I flip it around and I do the bottom. And again, I like to put the back flap first down after I've put these little flaps down. Put that one down. And then I crease that over, hold that. Now I can kind of hold all of the sides there. Holding my, and there I have a little radish seed box. And there are all kinds of little seed boxes of various kinds. Your basic vegetable seeds. All right, so that's the box, the little seed box, and then the crate is very easy to make. It's similar to other crates that I have in my Etsy store. But this one says the word seeds on the side, and it looks a little more rustic. I'm cutting that out, and I'm cutting the bottom piece out as well. And again, all the instructions are on each of the items as well. And I'm just cutting this out right on the edges. Nice straight cuts. And I will get done with this really shortly. I think that it is easy to do with any kind of scissors that you might have. You don't need any special scissors. All right, and then I'm going to cut out the bottom piece. Put the bottom piece just so I have it handy. And we'll go through real quickly on how to do this. And again, it's one of those creasing projects where you want to make sure that you crease really firmly on the lines. Again, this is supposed to look old, so, you know, it's not a perfection kind of project. Crease, and I'm going to go crease backwards as well. Just kind of get all the creasing, break those fibers up on the cardstock, which I've mentioned in other videos that I do prefer cardstock for the boxes. It's easier to use. It makes a firmer box. You can use paper. I'm not saying you can't, but it's a little bit easier to use cardstock because it's firmer when you go to do that. And then I'm going to take my creasing tool, just kind of do some good solid creases. You can always use your finger too. That works as well. That's either way. You don't have to go and get a special tool of any kind. Some people use rulers, the edge of a ruler, you know, any flat, harder thing that's safe that you can use just to flatten it. That's it. There we go. Now everything's flattened, and then I hold it lengthwise, make some cuts like that right on the tabs. Again, this is described in the instructions. I put a bit of glue here on this tab and this tab. That is going to hold it in. Hold those for a moment. Make sure they're squared in there. This is where having, you know, just a little patience on this side, because if you can pinch that and hold that for a few moments, it's going to make it a lot easier when you go to fold the rest of the boxes. The crate, sorry. And then I'm going to put this here, little drop here. This is a little stiffer this morning, I think. I do like my glue bottle. There we go. There we go. I'm squaring up, pinching it so that the paper adheres to the glue. This one needs to be squared up a little more. There we go. And if you need to take a tab off, no big. It's on the inside and it's going to be covered up if for some reason you have to take it off and try to reattach it, because it's going to be covered up by the other flap. So that's easy. All right, so we've got that part. Now we need to put in our bottom piece so that it fits well. We just put a little drop of glue on the bottom piece. Put that at the bottom. You can use your fingers or whatever little tool you have and just kind of push the edges in. And then you're going to take the two side flaps, put a little drop of glue on those, push those down, hold. The longer flaps, put a couple drops of glue on just to adhere it. You don't need a lot of glue on this project. It's very light paper, and it's not a super glue needy project. And then you square up the sides. Now, if you see some white showing, there's a little trick. See, I've got some white there because I'm going too fast to try to, but no big, because again, this is supposed to look old and worn. Okay, so I have a little white showing when I folded it over. And I just take a pencil, honestly, and I just fill in right there. Very forgiving. You're going to have some of your seed boxes in there probably anyway, so they'll cover that up. And I just cover that up. If you go slowly, they'll match down to the bottom. And then if you see any white, like here's some white here, just take your pencil and kind of do that, or cut it off, or whatever you choose. And it camouflages any white that you see. But there's your little seed crate that you can put your seed boxes into and display. And it's ready to go for whatever room or store, greenhouse, whatever you choose to put it on. And that's it. So thank you for watching. And you can get those printables again at Late Night Coffee on Etsy. And I hope you have a great day.